Hello everyone, my name is Audito and welcome back to another episode of Dress of Cloud's Tale. In the last episode, we fight the Immortal King and we beat it, but the orbital that summoned the king is still strong and the power suppressed the squad. And it get to the point that Rain need to use his rage, but I must stop it because it can do more harm than good. So yeah, when all hope was almost gone, a land suddenly got through, and it was Saint Sandlot or a Steel Maiden. That's all the recap that I'm going to tell you, and let's start the episode. I hope you enjoy it. I think they should let us have some safe option, because a lights out can happen during that moment. And I don't know what would I do if I lost all that freaking progress of fighting the boss. Thank you for all you've done for us during our stay, Skulls. Let's have a safe journey, everyone. I apologize for not being more of a service to you during your long-awaited return home, my lady. With all that happened yesterday, you hardly had any time to relax and enjoy your visit. On the contrary, I had ample time to enjoy soaking in the atmosphere of home. And thanks to that wonderful, nutritious dinner after we returned from the castle so tired, I was able to sleep well too. Indeed, for all that happened, I feel surprisingly well restored today. I'm just glad that the children were alright. It sounds like they got a real earful from their families too. They deserve every minute. So, just what was it we witnessed yesterday? Yeah, I'm still mulling over where that lens that saved our skin last night could come from. I only know what you've told me, I'm afraid. There's not a doubt in my mind that it was Saint Sandlot. She must have sensed our peril confronting that strange spectre and just to lend us a helping hand. Well, honestly, I can't think of any explanation that sounds any more plausible than that. Considering the situation, it's almost hard to believe it could have been anything else. Well, that's certainly true. I wonder what would happen if they didn't get safe. Would they just die in there? It feels like everything that happened last night was some grand dream. I think that all of us, you have perhaps the least right to say that. Now answer our question, Emma. Tell us, who are you really? Actually, one of the accounts of Saint Sandlot that places it right around this time of year. So it almost was the anniversary, and last night was a full moon. So it doesn't seem all that implausible that her spirits might manifest itself somewhere like the castle. I've heard that account of the Saint Sandlot dead before. Hold on a minute. Even if all that stuff about Saint Sandlot is true, that doesn't explain all the weird things you did yesterday. I learned a lot about curses from my grandmother growing up, and working with barriers isn't all that difficult if you put your mind to it. Really? Well, I suppose I'll take your word for it. I'm not sure I can say the same. Yes, me too, Usus. I'll be sure to inform the Viscount of all that transpired here. In the meantime, you should be heading off to the next location you are to visit for your first study. I hope your journey is a safe and pleasant one. Thank you. Take care, Klaus, and give my regards to Father. It's the same to you, my lady. I hope we shall all have the opportunity to meet again. As do I. I will enjoy the opportunity to test my own swordsmanship against you in the future. I wish you all the best. We still have some time left before the turn comes, so we can tell everyone goodbye to the station. That sounds good. Let's be off then. Alright. Lady Laura, the three of us made lunch for you, so please take it. Thank you. Thank you, I'm sure it will be delicious. We hope you enjoy it. Oh, and we packed enough for your lady friends too. Wait, what about us? You did muster up an admirable performance yesterday, I suppose. But don't forget, we won't forgive you if you get too close to Lady Laura. Unless you blatantly forget, take this as our helpful reminder. Oh, seems very dangerous. Roasted fry up. I don't think I need the wind to clue me into what they are implying. Must this battalion giggle be annoying right to the very end? Well, they are really serious. Huh. Nobody has arrived in the guild yet. Okay. Yo, thank you Sensei a lot for saving us from the glowing orbs. Well, I guess that's it, right? Let's be off then. Goodbye, beautiful Legram. We still seem to have a little time before the next train leaves. What should we do? It might be best to just wait in the station until the train arrives. Wait in the station? Yeah, let's go inside. We need to buy our tickets for the trips to Garrelia Fortress too. Hey, you sis! Just wanna buy me some snacks? Buy your own food. Lifeless ever, I see. Let's head in then. What's up, cat? Oh, I could see the castle for a second there. Wait, it's gone again. Well, the forest is quite dense around here. Still, we saw a lot of weird things in that castle. There was one thing after another from the moment we walked through the door. What are you looking at me for? Never mind. That was pretty great. Do you even have this much fun on all your pet studies? We just faced it a little longer. The studies went by so quickly. Well, the food study isn't over. We are on our way to our next location, so don't relax just yet. It looks like I must say farewell to Legram once again, for the time being. I wasn't expecting to, but I can't help but feel a little homesick already. I can understand why. It was a really welcoming place, I didn't ever get the sense that social classes were keeping people apart. True. Seems like a place that we noble could learn much from. I'll definitely like to visit again in the future. It'll be great to bring V and the others next time too. You are all more than welcome in the Legram any time. I can only hope I will continue to learn and grow between now and when I next return. After leaving Legram, we changed trains at Barihat Station and rode to Croydon Main Line North, leading towards Keltek. Alright, let's go over our schedule again. We are currently en route to Keltek, where we'll rendezvous with Group B. From there, we'll take the Transcontinental Railroad to Garrelia Fortress on the Empire's eastern border. Garrelia Fortress is one of the Imperial Army's largest strongholds. It's sometimes referred to as the wall that protects the nation from the threat of the Coward Republic. I've heard it's ludicrously gigantic, almost as an icon of military excess. It also houses the 2 railway guns and has a military exercise ground on the premise. Weren't those 2 weapons that Gwyn said he regretted constructing? Yeah, there are these 2 massive orbital cannons pointed toward the east at Calvert. Or more specifically, they're aimed at the buffer zone between us and them, Crossbow State. They are pretty crazy, yeah. It's like you are looking at a mountain of iron. I was pretty overwhelmed when I first saw them. Wait, you've actually seen the railway guns in person? Yeah. Grabs took Claire, Lecter, and me to see them this one time. These are the mightiest weapons wrought by the hands of the man since the Great Collapse. I want you to consider what it means that such a weapons have been placed here. Well, something like that, anyway. To consider what it means. He has a flair for the dramatic, I'll give him that. Come to think of it, there is a day, isn't it? The day that the Chancellor is scheduled to depart for Crossbell with Prince Oliver. Guess the third conference kind of snuck up on us, huh? I think that's where Lecter is going to. When I get to Crossbell. There's supposed to be this really famous threat theater group there, and they have a huge theme park, right? That's what I've heard, though you probably know more about it than I do. Apparently, President Hua is going as part of the entourage to further her studies. Really? She never fails to impress. I heard she's been getting job offers from a bunch of different companies ready to hire her right after graduation. Well, she does merit the high esteem people lavish on her. She's the pride of the academy. (9:13) All passengers disembarking here in Celtic, please exit the platform via the bridge. I repeat, do not approach the rope barriers on platform 1. Passengers wishing to travel on the Transcontinental Railroad, please wait on platform 2. What's going on here? All the security feels kind of ominous. A VIP? Or a noble? It seems the Garrelia Military Police is guarding the opposite platform. Yeah, I wonder if...
Well, isn't this quite the coincidence?
Oh, I hear that lovely voice again. It's the blue-haired. Yep.
Captain Claire!
It's Claire! Did you come to see me?
Just a coincidence, I'm afraid. Eisengraf will be passing through here soon, so this station's operating under heightened security.
What is Eisengraf?
Oh, right!
Still, I'm happy to see you again. It's been, what, 2 months since I last saw you?
She really is attached to Captain Claire. Yeah, almost like sisters. Yeah, they both have blue hair. Hard to believe both of them are Iron Bloods. At any rate, good day everyone. Let me thank you again for all your help during the recent crisis in Hemdall. Ah, don't worry about it. We simply did our duty as citizens of the Empire. More importantly, what's the meaning of all this extra security? And what's in this Eisengraf you mentioned? As in Iron Crown, right? Huh, you'll see what I mean soon enough. Oh. Oh. Oh, so it's not going to stop here, it's just going to pass by the station. I thought the Chancellor would stop here for a second. It could be. Ah, right on time. Oh man, it's shaking so hard. Yo, that is so fast. Yo, it's Noah. There's Noah. And there's Prince Oliver. Yo, we are in slow motion. And there's the Chancellor. Man, we are so slow right now. So dramatic. And goddamn, that train is really fast. Holy shit. So that was the Essen Graph. Come to think of it, I've heard rumors of a special Crimson Train. It's supposedly reserved for use by members of the Imperial government. I've been on it before, it's really fast. It's very fancy inside too. The Essen Graph, or the Iron Crown in the common parlance. Also titled in honor of Chancellor Osborne himself. Well, I do hear him called the Blood and Iron Chancellor all the time, so I can understand the iron part. But isn't the Chancellor a commoner by birth? He is indeed. However, he was granted the title of Count by His Majesty when he was made Chancellor 11 years ago. Supposedly. Oops, I skipped it. Whatever. I see. I hope you guys can pause it. Let the P, of all people, sees any word in the titles or peerage. Rain? Yeah? Is something bothering you? Your attention seems elsewhere. Still feeling tired after yesterday? No, not really. I just happened to catch a glance of Tola and Prince Oliver on the train as it passed by. Wow, I'm surprised you could even make them out. You must have a hawk's eye to be able to see them when the Essen Graph whished by so quickly. Nah, it was probably just a coincidence. Brain just suddenly processing in super fast. It was more than just a glance though. I could see them clearly in detail. What was that just now? Well, as long as you are not feeling unwell. We would like to thank all passengers for their cooperation with today's security measures. Transcontinental Railway Service bound for Crossville State, now arriving on platform 2. Here it comes. Yeah, looks like we didn't have to wait long after all. I don't think any necessary high security measure needed for that train. I mean, it's super fast. The only thing you need is a guard so nobody can fall on the rail. Hey, look at that! What's up? Yo, where's Crow? Hey, there they are! Rain, over here! Come on, we haven't got all day. We saved you some seats. Well, if you'll excuse us, Captain. See you later, Claire. Of course. Have a safe trip, everyone. And that's our instructor. Oh ho ho! Who's that classy looking babe? God, I should have just stayed on the train. We have received report from Squad 8. No unusual movements have been detected near the Twin Dragon Bridge. We've also received report from Squad 21. They report all high-speed armored cars are in position. Understood. Remain vigilant until the Essen Graph has finished passing through. Once it reaches Crossville City, have all squads switch to Phase D. Yes, ma'am. Are you sure the Imperial Liberation Front will show themselves? They will. I'm certain of it. I see. It sounds like Group A had quite an eventful couple of days too. Yeah, though I find it kinda hard to believe you could have seen the ghost of Leon's Sandlot. That's ridiculous. Are you sure you weren't just hallucinating or something? You can think whatever you like. We totally saw her, I swear! Well, good or not, there was definitely someone there beside us. Anyway, that's enough about ghosts and spirits for the time being. I'm more concerned about the face of the living, like where Tovel and the Royal Batmaster went. It sounds like Duquesne is up to something too, and he's not someone we can afford to take lightly. We didn't run into anything like that in the Jury's Special Economic Zone. Though I guess that makes sense, seeing as it's under the direct control of the Imperial government and not a noble. I seem to recall that it was annexed 8 years ago, is that right? Yeah, the Empire slated it on nice and neat, without much opposition. Now, it's prospering as a special economic zone on the coast, seems like a pretty lively place. And the revenue generated from taxes there goes directly to the Imperial government coffers, instead of the pockets of the nobility. It's hardly a mystery why the reformers think so highly of it. Well, that's aside. I'm a little concerned about the upcoming trade conference in Crossbell. Same goes for the Imperial Liberation Front. They've been awfully quiet since that show they put on last month. Now that you mention it, it just seems rather suspicious. Is that related somehow to the why we are going to Garrelia Fortress? Well, it's not the main reason, but it's not entirely unrelated. I will look forward to finding out all about it when we get to the fortress itself. Anyway, how many of you have passed through Garrelia Fortress by train before? I see. Just us, huh? I can't wait to see everyone's first reactions. True. What's that? Well, I've seen it in photographs at least. The camera can really capture how ridiculous it is. Yep, it's supposed to be this macho gateway to the Empire, but it just seems like it's trained way too hard. What's that supposed to mean? The gateway to the Empire and one of the largest military bases in the country. I look forward to the chance to see it in person then. The train carrying Class 7 continued its ride on the transcontinental line, heading toward the east. They passed through the Twin Dragon Bridge, a Coruscant Provincial Army base, and several stations later. It was finally time to pass through the Garina Fortress, which loomed large on the border with Crossbell State. The Ministry of Trade was wished to thank all visitors for their patronage. The next stop is Garrelia Fortress. Garrelia Fortress. This train will stop for 5 minutes. Please be aware that only authorized personnel may disembark at the station. Be advised that all our photography is strictly prohibited within the fortress and is punishable by Imperial law. Any attempt at unauthorized recording may result in confiscation of your equipment or detention by the authorities. Wow. It was kind of. It sounded pretty severe for a train announcement. Well, we are passing through a military facility. I don't think they are being unreasonable. You really think that's the issue here? I'm not sure having that be one of the first thing foreign visitor here gives a very good impression of the country. Oh, we are finally here. What in all this name is that? What? Come on, show it. Yo, this is literally a military base station. The scale is just... This is Garrelia Fortress! This entire place is built from iron and concrete. Just how much money has the army dumped into building all of this? Haha, yep, that was about as entertaining as I hoped. Not that I'm surprised, I thought the same thing when I first saw it. From the crossway side, all you can see is a cliff though. Yeah, but those two railway guns still poke out through it. Hey, instructor. What did you bring us out here to show us? What else? We are here so you can see the true essence of what makes an army, what comprises the military strength and forms its foundation, and what other places in the Empire has that only display as clear as here. It really has a masculine aura here. God damn. Who are they? Engineers and tradesmen, mostly. You see a lot of them around here. Keeping a fortress this size up and running is just a full-time job for more than just the military's people. So it seems. It sounds like it's on town here. On the other side of this fortress is more or less a straight shot to across the city, right? To think that such a bustling center of trade is so close to a massive military facility like this. Yeah, Corellia City is only about 30 minutes away by train. From the top of the fortress, you can even see the skyscraper where the trade conference is going to take place.
I see you've arrived.
Hello, Nightheart.
Oh,
Instructor Neidhart!
Good morning, Major Neidhart. Instructor Valestein of Thor's Military Academy, homeroom teacher for Class 7, reporting the arrival of myself and all students in my care.
acknowledging your arrival at 11:30 hours. Welcome to Garrelia Fortress. In addition to my teaching duties at the Academy, I hold the rank of Major in the Imperial Army's 4th Armored Division. I'll be acting as your guide, as well as your instructor for special lectures during your time here at the fortress.
Now, if you follow me.
Now,
We are in the military now, boys. Including today, you have 2 days remaining in this month's field study. However, we won't be assigning you any tasks during that time. Instead, you'll be participating in a series of special lectures and a field trip. Field trip? Here? So what exactly does that entail, instructor? At 14 hours today, a giant military exercise will be taking place at Garrelia's proving ground. The 4th and 5th Armored Division will both be participating, and we'll be observing it. We're going to watch a military exercise. The 4th Armored Division, huh? The 4th Armored Division is led by none other than Elliot's dad, Lieutenant General Olive Craig. By all accounts, it's one of the strongest armored divisions in the Imperial Army. And did you know our friends the Major here is their most promising young pair? It's true. Moving on. As I said, you'll only be observing this exercise, not actively participating. I imagine this has some of you feeling rather relieved, doesn't it? It does sound like a pretty easy assignment after all. But we'll see how many of you feel the same after experiencing it for yourselves. That's all from me. It's currently 11:15 hours. Lunch has been prepared for you in the mess hall. I'll advise you all to eat. Your first trip isn't something to be undertaken on an empty stomach. Damn, we are really strict now. So, this food. We have salty corned beef, and I think I'm getting a hint of fish from this soup. You could just spread as a little projectile. Oof! I do think it wouldn't have hurt to use a few more herbs or flavors in general. Calling this edible would be generous. I've heard of plenty of rumors about the food they serve in the Imperial Army, but I wouldn't have guessed that I'll be true. Huh, I didn't think the food they served in the mess hall at the center gate was all that bad though. I don't think it will kill them to serve something a little more appetizing. This is the exact same thing they served when I came here with my class last year. Probably from the same batch too, by the look of it. Ah, really brings back memories. I was pretty surprised the first time my dad brought me to eat here too. Huh, you guys really think it's that bad? It really brings back memories for me too. At least there's some cheese and an apple. The food served in the army makes use of common ingredients that are easy to preserve and store. The ingredients used to make all the food on your trays can be easily stockpiled in large quantities. So even if a war were to break out, a meal like this could still be served without any trouble. Ah, so that explains it. I see. So the army serves simple foods all the time to avoid the triggers in morale from wartime rationing. Well, not at all time. However, one can think of this food as a philosophical statement from the continent's strongest army, in the sense that it suggests that soldiers should live and work each day as though a war effort depends on them. Every day? So they should be just as tense during time of peace as during times of war. Well, it's a bit too much mind over matter idealism for my taste, but it's worth being aware of. And to throw a different perspective in the mix here, the food the provincial armies serve is actually pretty good. Good enough that you can't help but wonder how they'll cope if an actual war were ever to break out. Well, it's not like serving good food means you have a crappy army. I hear our neighbor will serve up some pretty tough food in their army. Yes, they are. Their army is fairly elite, probably because the threat of being neighbors to the Empire keeps them tense. I feel a little conflicted hearing you say that. Well, this is all about finding a good balance, where it is a spice of life, you know? If you eat nothing but dull, bland food all the time, well, you know what they say, you're what you eat. I could do with fewer of your petty remarks in my diet, Instructor Palestine. Anyway, as you heard, there's going to be a military exercise at the proving ground at 2 in the afternoon today. It's 2 after dinner now, so you have an hour to do whatever you like. They'll make an announcement half an hour before, so be sure to listen for it and do whatever it tells you. Understood? So when you say whatever we like, does that mean we can tour the fortress? Of course, you're welcome to roam around, as long as you don't poke your noses into any restricted areas. So go ahead and explore, there's plenty worth seeing here, like the command center. Though if you are feeling a little tired from your field study so far, you're welcome to rest in your rooms. It would be a shame to waste such a valuable opportunity. I suppose I should at least get a general overview of the fortress. And that's it for this episode, everyone. My name is Shafwan and I will end it here. And yeah, we have arrived in Garrelia Fortress. We have beaten the Immortal King boss, and we have seen Sense and Lord Spirit. So that's pretty interesting session for me. But yeah, I'll take a rest here, everyone, and have a nice day. See ya.